Studnick Aquatics here. I've had this around a long time. This is by Innovative Marine, and it is a mess. The algae, and I had it in saltwater years and years ago. I don't think they make this one anymore, but it is glass, and it really needs cleaned up bad, which is what I'm going to do now. And you have the little chamber here to put stuff in. They actually make protein skimmers for these things and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know if a guy could still find them or what, but I'm going to tear this thing apart and clean it all up and see if I can throw some salt water in it and do something kind of cool with it. So I do have some of these floss things. One of those, that's good. There's one of the spin streams. It all came apart. And this is the base it sits on, which is kind of cool because it kind of makes it look like it's floating. So I'm going to clean her up and then we'll add more later. Well, it cleaned up pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect because it's been around a long time, but it is a nice looking tank. And what I'm thinking of doing is setting it up to salt. I set up my coral tank, and this would just be for just a neat, I wouldn't put any corals in it. This would strictly just be for, small nano saltwater fish. So anyway, but I did run into a problem. This three-way splitter was busted completely. So I have some acrylic glue that I paid like 20 bucks for. It's supposed to be good stuff, and I think it is. So hopefully that will take care of that, even though that's not acrylic. I don't know if that's going to work. I might have to buy a new fitting if I can find one that'll work. The other thing is one of these parts here was broken on top, and so that is acrylic, so I did glue it, so that'll work. So anyway, yeah, it's just going to take some time to let this dry, and I might check and see if I can get a three-way on that size anyway, and just replace it with something different. But I don't know. I want to water test it now and fill it with water. Once I get that thing dried enough to where it's going to work, try to get that in there without breaking that, which is tough, and then water test it and make sure it doesn't leak or anything, because it, I don't think it will, but I suppose it could. So anyway, yeah, we'll just keep adding to it. Well, the good news is it doesn't leak. I mean, there's nothing leaking. It looks really nice. It didn't clean up perfect, but it cleaned up pretty darn good. It's really hard to get parts for this one because this is what it is. It is the Nuvo Aquarium by Innovative Marine, and this is the Nano 16. 16 gallons and on and on and on. Well, they discontinued this one a long time ago, and I, for the life of me, cannot find the return nozzle for up here. I did find this spin stream that had all fallen apart, and I got it going again. It's actually working good. Those things are expensive. They're like 22 bucks. And I did find one of these, which is brand new, and what this is your three-part that goes into this portion here. The thing I don't like is that, okay, they make a protein skimmer for this compartment. They did when this thing came out. And I, for the life of me, can't find one that fits because everything I look at online is all for different aquariums and different Innovative Marine ones, and they just keep making more and more and more. And they seem to forget about the old ones. And if I do set this up to salt, the one thing I really want to have is I want to have a protein skimmer. And I don't want to put an external. I need to find one that goes in this hole. But everything I can find is too big to go in that hole. So I don't know. We'll see. But I can't find the other nozzle either. And there's no way I would have thrown it away. But it doesn't leak. It looks good. I think it would be a cute little nano saltwater aquarium. So I don't know. I'm going to think about it a little bit. If I do, I'll probably put it in my smoking room in there. I got a nice place for it in there. So, oh, and the lights. It had two lights on here, fairly expensive ones for corals and stuff. And I know one of them completely quit working a long time ago. Maybe I have one of them left. I don't know. I'd have to buy a light. So I don't know. Just kind of piddling around here, trying to figure out what to do. So we'll add more later. Now that I've water tested this little Innovative Marine Nuvo 16 tank I've had around a long time, cleaned it up really nice, I decided I'm going to go ahead and put it in my little smoking room. I have a cigar lounge I put in my house. Spend a lot of time in here after work having a cigar, and I need to get some more cigar reviews out. It's been a while. I also put in a walk-in humidor. But anyway, about the aquarium, it cleaned up pretty good. The glass is a little scratched, but I think it'll work. And I did get my spin stream put back together, and it does work. So that's good. And it took me forever, but I did find this. The problem is, on the plumbing, I have a three-way that is busted. The pump still works, everything is good on it, but I did order one of those from Innovative Marine. And one thing I'm doing now is I'm using a little acetone. It holds water. Water test went great. It does have this one little chip up top. I kind of remember when that happened, but so far it hasn't affected it. It's real high. And the only thing it does do is it seeps just a little bit of water underneath this acrylic panel into this back part. It's a glass box all in one, so it can't leave the aquarium. But I have some adhesive here. This is a silicone, and this is, you know, this is one that works really, really well for aquariums. It costs quite a bit. It's from what I've figured out, this is what some of the aquarium manufacturers used. It's a specialty, and this is SCS 1200. So I'm going to go ahead and put a new bead along the bottom here and up each side. I'll let that dry for about 24 hours. And I know that this stand doesn't look like it's made to hold an aquarium, but I had a tall aquarium on there at one time, and what I did was I went ahead and I put extra supports underneath here. I put a board underneath the bottom of my liquor cabinet here, and then I also put extra supports here and in the back and here, and then all the way across the top, so it will support the weight. I had a 37 tall on there at one time, and it worked perfectly fine. It doesn't sag or anything, and this is only 16. I'm going to do this in salt since I have my coral tank that I'm setting up, and it's moving along pretty good. This would be kind of nice just to put extra little coral frags in, or acclimate a fish into. I don't know. I have the water mixed up all the time. I have plenty of brand new sand. I have plenty of everything, so I can pretty much set this thing up for nothing. So that's kind of why I'm working at it, and it does have a little glass top on it. You can actually buy the screen top if you want, but the glass is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this, and I'm going to put some silicone on it, and then we'll add more to this later. I did get it siliconed in there. It turned out really, really nice. I went ahead and did the bottom and then up each side. So with that new silicone on there, the other stuff was just really old. I think I bought this in 2012. They don't make it anymore. I did find the pump. The pump works great. No problems there. I did find one of these around, and this is the filter media pack that actually goes into one of these, but they don't make them anymore, so I'll have to come up with, you know, there's all kinds of mechanical and biomedia you can put in there and stuff. And then there's a chamber back here for a heater. This is the return jump chamber, and this one here is for like a little protein skimmer they used to make for it, but I can't find it anymore. I don't even know which one it's called. All of the small protein skimmer, the desktop and ones, are too big. They won't fit in this hole, and it would be nice to actually find one. I did find a media reactor made by them that would fit. So anyway, I'm just going to keep working on it. This is the glass top. I kind of like it. I know people say it's tough on gas exchange. We'll see. I'll probably take that off while that dries, but I want to let that silicone dry for a while. And so yeah, I think it's going to be kind of fun having a little saltwater tank in here. I think it's going to look nice, and so we'll add more later.